All right, looks like everything is working on all of our tech. Got Instagram Live, YouTube Live, and we're on Zoom. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning. Good morning from Puerto Rico.
Man, we're just joining in from all over the world. We got Puerto Rico, we got Cincinnati, we got Lebanon, Indiana. 412 has gone global. Maybe we're gonna go viral here. Ooh, too soon?
Yeah, that's not the right.
Okay, maybe we want to say it differently than that.
Are trying
to
get set up.
Cool.
They're behind. I think they waited a little while. So.
No problem. I've got on Instagram Live. Hey, there's Abby. On Instagram Live, I've got David Garcia and Ryan Shepard, and Gabby is on there as well. So we're seeing you guys. And if you guys cannot get on Zoom, I know school laptops, we asked about Lebanon laptops, and they are not allowed to use Zoom. So if you got a cell phone, you can download the app and get in. If you've got another computer, you can catch in there. But we understand that this might take us a little bit of time to get everybody connected.
Hi, Abby. Hi. It's Cindy. Hi.
All right, we got about left on a timer, so hopefully others get in and join us. But we'll do a soft start. Oh, Jordan's at the farm. Looks like. Hey, Dick, there was a tractor.
Yeah, it looked good. Oh yeah.
I was playing around with the virtual backgrounds.
Thanks for that. 6. Sorry, I had you on. That's fine.
All right, we got all sorts of people joining in. Hey guys, Grayson's with us. It's like Gabby and Curtis too. Hey Curtis.
Curtis.
Yes. 412. Okay. How's it going, Curtis? You doing well?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good to see your face, man. All right, our timer is up, so we're going to switch up here.
Oh, it's me.
There's Dee Dee. All right, so this is new for a lot of us probably. Some of you might be new to the app or to the website, and that's totally cool. We're going to learn it as we go, so don't worry if you got questions. Just holler and ask, and we'll make this work as best we can. One thing, if you are on a laptop or a computer, one of the screens you can do is up in the top right, you can switch it to gallery view, and that can help out a lot. So you can see all sorts of faces then, not just whoever the first person is talking.
Cool.
Okay. If you've got multiple people in the same house pulling screens up as well, you might have to separate yourselves, separate rooms to get to the distance, or maybe turn off the volume on one of them, and then you will avoid the echoing and the feedback that comes through sometimes. So that can help out as well. We got folks joining us on Instagram Live right now. I think we got some folks on YouTube Live as well. So welcome to everybody. We're glad you guys are here. Hello, hello to the Copes. We see you. Oh, there's Aiden. Hello.
People.
All right, we're all getting settled in. Hopefully you guys all doing well. Glad to see you up and awake. Looks like my Aiden is having breakfast right now, so grab some food and just pretend like you're at the coffee bar. You've grabbed your Mountain Dew and Skittles for your breakfast and join in with us. Aiden will be taking your orders for espressos. If you need anything, he can hook you up. And
Whoa.
My Wilson look.
hello, neighbor. Howdy ho, neighbor.
Then you got Ziggy. You know, remember Ziggy? Kilroy.
Right. Hey, take a minute and say hello to somebody who is next to you on the screen. If you've got the multi-view, the gallery view set up where you can see everybody across, then say hello to somebody over there. There's a chat window you can turn on the right. You can do it in there, or you can wave at them. You can talk to them, but this is our coronavirus meet and greet time. We can't physically shake hands. We can't hug each other, but at least we can see each other here.
Oh, where'd you go? That's fun. Oh, there's Cindy.
Cindy, you're at different screens. Like you push your head that way, you came in that screen.
I did on my laptop and then I'm on my phone.
That was really cool. It's like,
Woo! Cindy's everywhere.
Oh my goodness. I cannot tell you how awesome this is. There are like dozens upon dozens of you guys joining in. We're so excited to see you guys. So we've got little brothers, we've got little sisters, we've got parents in the background. We've got dogs. We've got the Howie dogs joining us too. So we're really glad you guys are here. This is awesome to get to see your faces and connect this way.
Oh, Abby's getting her cat.
Oh, we got cats too. Hello to everybody. Welcome. We're glad you guys are getting in. This is probably some new territory for some of you. The tools we're using, it's new to us too. So if it doesn't work, understand. We get it. So, but the Zoom meetings, hopefully that's working for you, and you guys can see each other's faces. You can switch to gallery view in the top of it, and that helps you guys see each other, and it doesn't bounce the screen so much when one person's talking. It'll switch to that to be the main view. But this is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to throw a graphic up here, I think, if I can make it work. That's going to offer you guys some tips on how to make this fantastic experience. If I can find it. Yeah, here we go. All right, so let me. All right, so here's some great pro tips as you guys are joining us. Hopefully things will help make everything go well and smooth for us. So Definitely use your real name for your user ID. It helps us know who you are if we can't see your face. You're hiding in the shadows. Be dressed. I hope you all have pants on. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. We've got a chat window. You can turn on chat. It's kind of at the bottom of your screen maybe there to turn on chat. And you can then interact with us through the chat comments. But just be sure we're keeping that relevant and we're not getting off topic or just being silly on there. We'll give you time to be silly. We promise. Another thing, there's a button there you can hear your audio as well from here. So if we're getting a lot of background noise or feedback, we might mute you for the time. But we definitely want to give you guys a chance to interact and talk with each other. So if you're not interacting, then you might mute it. And that keeps mom in the background telling you to, did you asking if you got your breakfast or the dog barking. It'll help reduce a lot of that. Also, you want to turn your display into gallery mode. We keep saying that. That helps the view stay simple, and then just be patient with everybody. We know that this is a new experience, just like the whole coronavirus and e-learning, and everybody having to be staying at home is new. We'll just keep trying to do this well as best we can. All right. So some of you guys just jumping in, welcome. We're glad you guys are here with us. It is really good seeing you all. Okay, so I'm going to try this. I'm going to mute everybody for just a minute, and then we're going to do a few announcements here for you guys. So let me check that. All right. Looks like that may have muted you guys all. So, all right. So just a few announcements for us as we get started here. We want to let you know that many of our plans have been canceled. Things like the college tour, Believe, our life group get-togethers, serve teams on Wednesdays, and the overflow on Sundays. We know that's all being canceled, and that's kind of frustrating. We really hate missing out on these activities and chances to get away and go see some awesome places. To join in with other groups, but we also want all the people that you love to be safe and for you guys to be safe. So we are not going to take those risks, and we're just going to have to put those things off. But we don't know yet about our plans past April. So things like summer camp, things like the 5th grade grad party and how we're going to help with that, mission trips. Just a lot of these activities we had planned out for the summer. We're just going to keep them out there and temporarily have it on pause. We actually did meet to plan out high school camp this last week, and it's going as if it's going to go. So we're planning on it still happening until we hear differently, but know that our summer is hopefully coming soon. Another announcement. Hey, life groups. I think a lot of our life group leaders, almost all of them, are in here with us. So we just want to encourage life groups. Check on each other. Students, check on your leaders. Okay, they don't know how to run this tech stuff, but it's all new to them. And check on them. Make sure they're doing okay. And check on your fellow life group members. And if anybody needs something, then let's see how we can help each other. I know we've got people messaging, asking for help with algebra to how do I get through certain different things like that. And other times we're just chatting about movies or whatever else is going on. So we want to be sure to get a chance to chat with each other. If you don't have a life group, we've got one we can connect you to. So we don't want you to have to do this alone. I think sometimes isolation just puts us alone a lot, and we want to connect you guys with other people. Okay, another thing here for us today, if you're joining us either on Instagram Live or on YouTube Live or in the Zoom chat, we do want you guys to make comments. So if you make a comment, we are jotting that down, or we're catching it here in the responses, and we're going to give out a prize to someone who gets a comment. So last week, we gave out a prize of Chick-fil-A and a t-shirt, and I got to deliver that to Jessie at her doorstep. And we just did this doorstep exchange on the front porch. But she won a T-shirt and real live Chick-fil-A, not just some wipes from there. But we want to give you guys encouragement for joining us, and so we're going to do that again. We'll put all your names in a hat. We'll draw out somebody's name, and you will win a prize. And we will hand deliver it and say hi from your front step, and let the world see you there. Now, another winner for another contest we did. So if you've been catching us on Instagram, you know we've been doing these double dog dares each week. And this is something new for us, but we want to have a little fun. You got to get out of the house. You got to laugh. You got to do some silliness. First week, we had you guys put on as many layers as possible. And, I mean, we had boys in 30-plus layers. We had others, high schoolers, amping it up to the 60 and 70 layers, and then we had Katie Altman outdo everybody, and she got 111 layers on there. It was awesome. It was so cool to see that. I hope you guys got to see that photo. This weekend we did a new dare, and it was a mid-air jump, and we asked you guys to get a photo of you guys in the air, and we had several entries in there, and that was fantastic. But we picked one, and we're going to send this person a gift card over email. You're going to receive that so that you can spend that money on the drive-through or someplace like that. But this week's winner, if you followed all the photos, we were posting them on Instagram on our story, and you can see all of those from starting last night. This weekend's winner is Abby Gilliams. Way to go, Abby. So, Abby, I'm going to unmute you here for a minute because I've got a question. How in the world did you pose like that mid-air? It looked like you were had your legs crisscrossed, but you're like floating in the air. How many times did you have to take that photo to get that?
We only did it once. I just jumped, crossed my legs midair, and then put my hands down as quickly as I could.
You did that in one take?
We did it a few times just to get the right position for the right video, but it really didn't take too long.
Wow, that is super impressive. So, okay, you've got a talent there. You're going to have to figure out how to use that for Jesus in the future, and you've got total ability there to do some amazing stuff. So, way to go. We're going to send you an email here by this afternoon. You'll receive that prize so you can enjoy that. So, way to go. Way to participate. Congrats to everybody in all of this. So we are going to keep on moving forward here. I've got a video to show you guys, just another announcement that we want to pass on to you as we get started. So this helps everybody else get in and connect with us here. We're going to put this on our screen for everybody on Zoom to see. If you are following us on Instagram or YouTube, you probably are going to miss this video, which I apparently have lost. All right, let me pull it up. Take this minute while I am getting through technical difficulties and say hi to somebody around you in the chat. I'm actually going to unmute you all, and you guys can talk to each other. Say hi.
I
Okay, we're back. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to mute you all, and we've got a video here to show you just some good advice for everybody here. So I'm going to switch screens. enjoy this little announcement from our friends at Sunday Cool.
Morning, Carl.
Andy, thought you were working from home today.
Nope, I've got to get some stuff done.
Oh, I just thought all non-essential personnel were working from home.
Ouch, that seems a little harsh. What are you doing, by the way?
I'm prepping.
Prepping for what?
The virus, you fool, getting more than ever.
Okay, well, just calm down. They told us not to panic.
Not to panic. That's exactly what they say when you're supposed to panic.
I don't think that's true.
If you're not supposed to panic, why are they calling it a panic then?
You mean pandemic?
No, Andy.
Okay, listen, either way, I think you're overreacting.
How so?
Yeah, we're supposed to take precautions, but we're supposed to remain calm. Now, Carl, those are allergies. I'm not sick. Don't. Put it down. Listen, I don't want you taking this good wine.
What were you saying? Listen, Andy, if you read what I read this morning, you'd be scared too.
What did you read? I mean, what one-sided, unreliable source did you read from this morning, Carl?
It's called the Bible.
Oh, I didn't read it.
Oh, I bet you didn't. James 4:8. Wash your hands, you sinners.
Oh, that's not.
You ain't doing this again. There's no special meaning, no gray area. It says it's pure as day. Wash your hands, you sinners. From now on, this is all I'm doing. If I'm not constantly washing my hands and staying clean, I'm not obeying God.
Carl, I'd hate to bust your nonsensical bubble right now, but that passage is way more deeper than that.
You're telling me I'm taking this out of context?
Yes, absolutely. See, Carl, this passage has nothing to do with washing our physical hands. All it's about is pursuing God and God alone. It's about turning away from our sinful desires and only pursuing Him.
Wow. I guess context is super important. I guess that means I never have to wash my hands again.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You still need to wash your hands and be a decent human being.
I think I heard you loud and clear. Thank you, Andy. Everything that you do. It's so special. Every single bit, all your knowledge of scripture, it's the best. I love it. I love you. I love everything about you. You're truly an amazing man. And there's nothing that I wouldn't do to protect you. I want to protect you from everything. This virus, it doesn't have anything on us. We can defeat it together. All right? All right.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed washing my face afterwards. It is a crazy world right now, and Sunday Cool actually has a couple announcements that we would like to share with you. But instead of me boring you with those details, I think it'd be a lot more fun and enjoyable if we all just watched Carl dance to them. So here you go.
All right. Hey, welcome back. You can hit YouTube and check that. We'll share that to our YouTube page for some of you who are missing it on Instagram Live and elsewhere that didn't get to watch that. It's some good fun. Okay, so let's jump back in. We're going to play a game, if that's cool with everybody on Zoom. You guys like playing games? Give me a wave at the screen if you're up for playing a game. All right, excellent. All right, let me pull it up here for us and get this ready. All right, this game is like Family Feud style, and here's how we're going to play. We're going to play girls versus boys. So if you've got multiple people on the screen, you just have to pick who's going to play for your team there at your house, and we're going to compete. I've got your images in a column here, and so I'm going to pick the first girl, the first guy that I see on that list. those students, you guys are going to go up head to head with each other on this, and it's just like Family Feud. So if you've ever seen that, it happens by you guys trying to answer a question and trying to see who can answer the best answer first. So let me set us up. We're going to put this on the screen, and we'll give this a shot here to see if this works. All right. Switch over. All right, here we go. We are getting ready to do a little breakfast Family Feud. All right, so on my list, let's see who are the first two people who are going to go head to head. It looks like I've got Aiden Sell, all right, versus Abby Gilliams. All right, Aiden versus Abby. You two are the first up. I'm going to unmute you. And then you guys will be able to call out your answer. And the first person will get control of the screen and say their answer. And we'll see how high you score to see if your team, girls versus guys, get to play. All right, here we go. First question. Name a popular breakfast item.
Pancakes.
All right, so it looks like I had Aiden offering the first answer. So it's pancakes. Is pancakes on the board? Number 3 answer. All right, you made it on the board, but Abby, you've got a chance to say something high on that board. Abby, what do you say? Eggs. All right, is eggs on our board for breakfast items? Number 1 answer. All right, ladies. Abby, you get to decide. Do you guys want to pass or do you want to play? We're going to play. All right, ladies, you're playing. All right, we're going to scroll down our list and see who the next lady is up that's going to play, and it is Jessie Stevens. All right, Jessie, we're going to unmute you, and you're going to get to offer us another answer that goes on the board. All right, Jessie, you're going to have to speak louder maybe, or you might have to type it into the comments for us. All right, let's see. I've got Jessie saying waffles. Okay, thanks, Jessie. Waffles. Are waffles on the board? Oh, no waffles. No waffles. First X. All right. I guess not as popular as they are with us at 412. We love having waffles. All right, so let's see. The next lady on the board I've got, looking through here, Gabby Garcia. Gabby, you are up. You get to volunteer and answer.
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. All right, let's see. Biscuits and gravy on the board. No, did not make our board. All right, next person on my list I've got, looks like I can see Ella Wortley. Ella, you are going to get the chance to vote and answer as well. Ella, name a popular breakfast item.
Cereal.
Cereal. Is cereal on the board for breakfast? We'll give you oatmeal. That's pretty close. So it's all served in a bowl and it's all grain. So good job. All right. We've got 2 more answers on the board. And let's see. The next person I've got on my list looks like we're going to scroll around and grab one of our adult life group leaders. The next lady I see is Cindy. Cindy coming all the way in from Puerto Rico. Cindy, what is another item? We've got 2 X's. There's 1 answer left, or 2 answers left. What do you say, Cindy?
Bacon.
She says bacon. Is it on the board? Yes, number 2 answer. Good job, bacon, bacon. All right, so we're going on to, we got 1 more answer, and it looks like our next gal to play is going to be Katie Altman, coming in from Cincinnati, Ohio. Hey, Katie, We are glad you're here, and you got your family with you too. Katie, we've got one more answer on the board. Can you identify what that could be to win all these points? Say that again. Toast. She says toast. All right, final answer. Is it toast? No, not toast, not toast. Okay, all right. So we got a chance for a steal here from the boys. We're going to switch over to the boys. And looking down the list here, who's my first boy on the screen to play? It looks like it's Aiden Cope. Aiden, you are up for your team.
Yeah, there's like none.
All right, I need an answer here.
I'm gonna cry. No clue, but I'm gonna go with syrup and spaghetti.
Okay, syrup and spaghetti. Thanks, buddy. Is that our answer? And no, boys, you lost the points. Girls get all those points. What is the final answer? Bagels. It's bagels. Okay. Hey, we're going to play another round here, all right? So get ready. We're going to mute everybody again, and we are going to get the next two people up on the board. Let's see who's going to be playing here. I've got, looks like Isaiah Howie versus Rebecca Rustin. Hey, Rebecca, welcome to the game. All right. Rebecca versus Isaiah. All right, we're going to unmute you both, I think. We're trying. All right, there's Rebecca. Say hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
All right, I can hear you nice and loud. Good job. Isaiah, you are unmuted as well. Say hello. Yeah, thanks for not shaking your opponent's hands. That would pass the coronavirus, so don't be doing that. All right, we're going to put a question on the board, and the highest answer first given will give us the winning team to start. All right, next question. Besides blueberry, name a kind of muffin people eat at breakfast. All right, I had, looks like Isaiah gave the answer, and Isaiah, say that louder.
Chocolate muffin.
Chocolate muffin. All right, chocolate muffin. We've got that on the board. Yes, chocolate chip muffin. All right. It's a third answer, but Rebecca, you've got a chance to steal this by giving us a better answer.
Banana.
Banana. She says banana. All right, we're looking to the board. Banana. Number one answer. Way to go, Rebecca. All right. Rebecca, you get to decide. You want to play or pass? Pass. All right, we're sending it to the boys. Boys, you have to get these three answers before you get 3 strikes, and then we will see if you guys can win all these points. All right, so I'm scrolling back, looking at all my people online right now, seeing who is going to play. And I've got the next boy up. Looks like David Garcia. All right, David, I'm going to unmute you here. Hello, David. We've got 3 more answers on the board for our type of muffin people eat besides blueberry. We've already said banana and chocolate chip. What else do you have for us? Say that louder.
Just a regular muffin.
Just a regular muffin, a plain muffin. All right, let's see. Plain muffin. No plain muffins. All right, we're scrolling on to the next guy. Looks like it is Keegan. Keegan Wortley. Hello. You are up for your team here. You are trying to give us an answer for a flavor of muffins that people might eat at breakfast. Cinnamon. He says cinnamon. Did that make it to the board? No cinnamon muffins for us today, which actually sounds good. That's one of my favorites. So, all right, next fella up looks to be Grayson Goff. Hey, Grayson. Hello. He's coming from his bunk beds this morning. We're glad you're here. Grayson, we've got 3 more answers on the board, but your team has 2 strikes already. So we need an answer for a flavor of muffin people might eat at breakfast.
Lemon.
Lemon. He says lemon. Always good with lemon and poppy seed. That sounds great to me. Is lemon poppy seed one of the answers that people gave us? And the answer is no. That's 3 strikes. All right. What flavor of muffins are we eating out here, folks? We're on the verge of the apocalypse, and we're not eating lemon poppy seed. Come on. All right, ladies, we're jumping over to you. We're going to need an answer from the ladies. The next gal on my screen, scrolling through here. Let's see. Next gal on my screen is... Looks to be Audrey Gossman. All right, Audrey, you got an answer for the ladies here. And I want to hear a final answer. You got 3 possible answers on the board that apparently nobody from teenage culture in the Midwest has answered, because we're all eating cinnamon and poppy seed and just plain muffins, but that is not on the board. So, Audrey, we need an answer for a type of muffin that people eat at breakfast.
I don't know.
Corn muffin. That sounds like a great breakfast food, but let's see. Okay, all right, corn muffins. Did it make the board? Corn muffins. It's on the board. The girls win it. So, congratulations. Our other answers: bran muffins. Ugh. And oatmeal muffins. The 6 people eating oatmeal muffins, I'm sorry, that was all that was left at Meijer. I know the shelves are empty, but that's rough. Okay. All right, good job, guys. Ladies win our game for today, so we are going to switch back and jump out of that game. Good job. That was a lot of fun. Okay, so we're going to jump in next to just kind of doing a Bible study here. If you were with us last week, we tried this, and some good dialogue, good discussion from everywhere. But we want to get into our study for this week. Hopefully you still have your Luke journals with you. I've got mine here with me and can follow along. But we're going to be in the book of Luke. And today's passage, we're at chapter 4. And we're at verse 14 to 30. So this is, we're just ahead of the main church. If you were watching worship and Craig's sermon this morning, we are in the next section, and we'll catch back up next week with them. We got a little bit ahead last week. But we're in Luke chapter 4, verses 14 to 30 today. Now, I would love for us to have someone volunteer to read that for us. Anybody is live and would like to read out loud, you can unmute yourself, and we'll take you from. Actually, let's do this. So, in your on your screen, there is a icon, a little button you can click for to react, and one of those is to put your hand up if you want to volunteer, and I can see that on the screen. So if you want to volunteer, let's, Joel with a volunteer. That was fast. Joel wants to read for us. So, okay, Joel, I'm going to unmute you. You are unmuted, Joel, and we're going to let you have control of the screen to read this passage for us. And let me just set out. I may rudely interrupt you. I know I do that all the time, and everybody is going to see it because I'm going to jump in on the screen, and I apologize in advance for doing that. But would you read for us, Joel, from Luke chapter 4, verses 14 to 30 in the ESV, nice and loud?
And Jesus returned in the power of the Spirit to Galilee, and a report about him went out through all the surrounding countries. And he taught in the
Synagogues.
synagogues, being glorified by all.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joel. I'm going to rudely interrupt you right there. Look, I did it already. That is terrible. I'm such a bad person. I just want to make a comment here. These two verses, 14 and 15, this is kind of like a summary of what's going to start Jesus's next 3 years. So this is how he operates. He goes around to the synagogues, which are like little, almost like little churches in each town that would not be like a temple, but could be like going to church on the weekends. So Jesus is technically kind of going to church and teaching in each of these churches as he travels. Okay, I'm done interrupting, Joel. You can keep on reading for us. I apologize for that. So we're at verse 16 now, if you would.
And he came to Nazareth, where he has been brought up, and he went as with his customs. He went to the synagogues on the Sabbath day, and he stood up to read. And the scroll prophet Isaiah was given to him. He was written, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has been appointed me to proclaim liberty to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, set at liberty those who are oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." And he rolled up the scroll and gave it back to the attendant and sat down. And the eyes of all the synagogues were fixed on him, and he began to say to them, "Today the scripture has been fulfilled in your hearing." And
Okay, Joel, I'm going to stop you one more time. I'm so sorry. That was so rude of me to stop you again. But, I just can't help pausing here to talk about this a little bit. Verses 16 and 22, what do you notice about Jesus in this passage? Somebody give me some thoughts. You can unmute yourself and give us a thought. What are you seeing about Jesus? What's interesting here? Anybody notice anything interesting about Jesus in this part of the passage?
No. Not me.
Curtis is saying no.
He gets up and reads scripture.
All right, he gets up and reads scripture. That's an interesting thing. Sometimes we do that. We just did that here, but Jesus gets to go up and read a passage of scripture. Okay, what else? What else do we see in there? What's that's worth highlighting in your text there? If you got your journal, you're hopefully highlighting, underlining. Look back at that first verse, verse 16 in your text. He came to Nazareth, which is, what's Nazareth?
His hometown.
Hometown. That's right. All right. So he goes back home. He's been away from home, and he's coming home. So he's like a college student coming back home. Doesn't have the coronavirus, has to come back home, stay at home, finish out the semester. And he is going to go to tabernacle. What does it say there? And as was his what? His custom. Yeah, he is going to church as was his custom. Jesus goes to church every week. It was his custom to do that. Last week we talked about baptism, and we asked the question, did Jesus need to be baptized? And the thought was no, because he hadn't sinned, but instead that he needed to do it so that we could all follow his example, and it was the right thing to do. My question for you today to think about here a little bit, did Jesus need to go to church? I'm getting a head nod out of Alec. Alec said, yes, he needed to go. All right, Alec, unmute yourself there and tell me, why did Jesus need to go to church?
Even if you can always learn from, you can always learn more, and it's always better to learn more.
Okay. All right, it's always better to learn, and that's good. Let me play the card. Jesus was God. Did he need to continue to learn?
Well, he was God, yes, but he needed to give the example to all of his disciples and all of his followers that you still need to, even even if you know everything, it's still the right thing to do, to be an example and show that what you're supposed to do to your disciples and followers.
Excellent. Excellent thought. That's great. I think Jesus needed to show us the example. That's cool. All right, good thought. Good thought there. Anything else in there?
How about the idea that we needed to fill up in the same way that we need to fill up? Even though we are filled with the Holy Spirit each week, it refills us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Mike. Definitely those thoughts are important for us, because we do need to go to church so that we are refilled up. We might have the Holy Spirit living in us, but that doesn't mean we don't need to be filled up. Connect those dots. Jesus reads a scripture. People are going to church to get filled up. Is going to church always for your benefit?
So, is he reading the scriptures that were prophesying about his coming?
Yeah, that's a really good point too. Ezekiel, you said that were those scriptures prophesying about him? It's kind of curious that like someone hands him the book of Isaiah on a scroll, which is what they would have had. He unrolls it and he picks the passage to read. Now, Isaiah is a really big book. It's a lot of words, so that's going to be a really big scroll. But he scrolls all the way to chapter 6. They didn't have chapters, but he scrolls towards the end of it to read this passage about himself that is prophetic. And it's like, did he tell that person, hey, hand me the Isaiah scroll? Or was it God divinely making those things happen? Or God saying, hey, you hand me any book of the Bible and I can tell you what it says about me? Very interesting moment there. Don't miss the thought that going to church is not always just about you. A lot of times going to church is to help other people as well. And so the encouragement you can give, the hug, we can't give hugs right now, but just the connection with people is really important. So when you make a comment here on our feed in here, that's just not so that you feel better about, hey, I know the answers, I'm good with Jesus. That's actually encouraging other people, and that's helping other people as well. So keep that in mind as we think about, why do we go to church? Why do we meet together? Okay, what was the response of the crowd there in Jesus reading the scroll? Can you guys scroll through there and the end of that passage that Joel read for us, verse 22. What's the crowd's reaction?
They were amazed by what he was saying, and they thought well of him.
Yeah, they're amazed. They thought well of him. Why do you think they might have thought they were so amazed? I mean, every Sunday, or actually every Sabbath, so it'd be every Saturday, they would get together and have church, and they would read scriptures, and yet here comes Jesus this week, and they're all amazed, and their eyes are glued on him. Why is that happening? Think that one through. Where is he at? What town is he in?
In his hometown, and he's not a rabbi. They knew him when he was growing up. And so they say, oh, this is Joseph's son. Like, he knew this guy, and he's saying all this really cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever been in a scenario where you know the people and they know you, and then you say like something really profound, and they're all like, whoa, that came from you? Come on.
Just last week in a meeting.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, right? Sometimes people are like, wow, I didn't think you were such a deep thinker, or I didn't realize that you were so, amazing there. Yeah. Hey, let's talk just one more moment here. I know Ezekiel, you mentioned that passage of scripture is prophetic about him, but let's talk through that passage. There's an interesting point in there. He says, he declares 4 things in that passage are going to happen. It's good news to the poor, it's liberty to the captives, it's recovering sight to the blind, and it's to set at liberty those who are oppressed. That would all be really good news to people who are in captivity, to the poor, to those who are oppressed, those who are stuck at home because of the coronavirus. All these things would be very encouraging to them. Now, he also makes this reference to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. Any Bible scholars in the room? That's a very interesting phrase, the year of the Lord's favor. It is definitely a reference to everybody's favorite book, Leviticus. Leviticus 25. I know you guys, I beat you to it. There's a lag in the video, and you're all like, I already had that answer. But Leviticus 25, the Jewish people had a celebration, and it only happened every 50 years. It's called the year of the Lord's favor, the year of Jubilee. Every 50 years, the Jewish people would celebrate. It was a big party. Because what was happening is debts were being forgiven. Land that had been sold is being returned. If you were a slave, you were set free. People were going home, and it was this great return. So it wasn't a bad thing to endure. It was actually an amazing thing for the people. God had instituted that every 50 years this needed to happen. So if you had borrowed somebody's coat, you had better give it back in that 50th year. If you had bought property from somebody else because they owed you money, then you returned it to them. Your college loans were forgiven, which is fantastic. That would be great, right? We'd all love that. But sadly, the practice seems to have been lost sometime between Leviticus and the book of Luke. And so when Jesus comes and pronounces this, suddenly all eyes are on him, and everybody's excited and trying to figure out, why is this the year for the year of Jubilee? And Jesus takes that lost practice and turns it into something new, which is a spiritual jump, that he is not just setting us free from our debts or from our loans or from borrowed properties. He's setting us free from sin. And that's good news, right? That's the real gospel there. Okay, so that was my deep thought. We're going to go back and we're going to keep reading. So I don't know if Joel wants to keep reading or somebody else would like to read for us. Maybe we'll let somebody else take a turn if somebody else is willing. Somebody like to volunteer. We're going to read the rest of this section from verses 23 until 30. So 23 to 30. Anybody like to read for us? You can press the reaction to put your hand up, and we'll see you. Here's your chance to make your debut on Zoom.
I can get it.
All right. All right, thank you. Is that a Howie I heard? All right, so Mr. Howie, if you would read for us nice and loud, verses 23 to 30.
He said to them, "Doubtless you'll quote to me this proverb, 'Physician, heal yourself.' But we have heard you did it at Capernaum, here in your hometown as well." And he said, "Truly I say to you, no prophet is acceptable in his hometown. But in truth I tell you, there are many widows in Israel in the days of Elijah, and the heavens were shut out 3 years and 6 months. The king came over all the land, and Elijah was sent to none of them, but only to Zarephath, in the land of Sidon, to a woman there. During the time of Elijah, and none of them came in Syria. When they heard these things, all in the synagogue were filled with wrath, and they rose up and drove him out of the town and brought him to the brow of the hill on which their town was built, so they could throw him down the cliff. But passing through their midst, he went on.
All right, great. That's that passage there. That's some interesting turn of events. So the crowd was pretty happy with them, but what's their reaction now? Yeah, right. Give me a sign. You know, they're all changing from being in awe and marveling at him to being filled with wrath. Then we'll throw him off the edge of a cliff, which is basically like stoning him to death. Why do you think their attitude about Jesus changed? Anybody got any thoughts? That did escalate quickly. You were right. All right, yeah. See, this is the thing. It stumps a lot of us, right? We're not sure why did the crowd change from being happy with him to being full of wrath. There's clues in the text for us, and it comes from the two stories that he tells. So, all right. Just a side note here: our Instagram live feed is about to end. We're going to reset it and start back up. So if you're on Instagram with us, rejoin in. We're going to run it again. Okay, why did the crowd change their attitude? It happens because of the two stories he tells. One's about Elijah, and one's about Elisha. Okay, these two stories are important for us to pay attention to. The first story is about the widows in Israel in the time of Elijah. The thing is, there were a lot of widows in the land at that time. There was a drought, a famine. All the shelves in the mire were empty. Nobody could get the food they needed. The toilet paper was all gone. And Elijah comes, this prophet, this man of God, but instead of going to the widows in their homeland, he goes outside to another land, to Zarephath. And there he helps a widow and resurrects her son and takes care of him with oil that doesn't run over or never runs out. And we have a story here how the prophet of God helped outsiders. The next story is about Elisha, and it's about him going to help a leper find healing. And it's the story of Naaman, and he tells Naaman to dip himself 7 times into the water. And after 7 dips, he becomes clean. The problem is Naaman wasn't a Jewish man. He was a Syrian. He was an outsider. And so the outsider is again getting the blessing of healing when all the people at home were not getting the healing. So the people are mad because other people besides themselves are getting God's blessing. Does that sound like anything going on in our world today, right now? Would you be mad if your school had to go to school, but everyone else is canceled? Yeah, definitely. What about prom? If your prom got canceled, but everyone else's prom was still going on? but you guys couldn't go to prom. That would stink. Okay. Yeah, the people were wanting a big response out of Jesus. They were the hometown crowd, and they wanted to see some miracles happen, right? They wanted proof that what Jesus was saying was good, and Jesus is saying, I'm not going to give it to you. Just like Elijah and Elisha didn't give it to you, you just need to believe. So, Jesus is getting some rejection from probably his neighbors, probably his family, people that had done business with him in the past, and they're now no longer happy with him, but they're mad with him. Do you guys get rejection sometimes? All right, let's do this. Let me ask you a question. You're going to answer it with a 1 or 2 on your screen. All right, you got to decide. It's a would you rather. Would you rather ask someone out to prom or a date or a dance knowing that they're going to reject you, or would you rather practice for a sport or a team or maybe try out for a musical and rehearse and practice all season long knowing you're never going to play? You're never going to be on stage. You're never going to be on the varsity team. You just get to rehearse or just get to practice. Would you rather ask somebody out that you know is going to reject you, or would you rather practice with a team and never get to play? 1 or 2. 1 or 2. I feel like an eye doctor now. 1 or 2. 1, 2. Okay. Is rejection easy to deal with? Yeah. It can be tough, right? We've all probably been rejected in some way, I think. Okay. Let me say this. I think you guys live in a culture. We're on social media. I mean, we're on social media right now. But we live in this culture where we are looking for acceptance from other people, aren't we? We want likes on our pictures. We want people to follow us on TikTok. We want to get people who keep streaks with us. But when we get rejected, when nobody responds, when you put up a photo and it gets no likes, man, we're quick to like delete that. Like, oh, that's not the right photo. That's going to be a problem. But I want you to see that Jesus shows us that he's not affected by the opinions of others. And it doesn't let him change his purpose or his message. And it doesn't faze him. And it doesn't stop him from his mission to seek and save the lost. In fact, he like walks right through that crowd because it doesn't faze him. Okay. So my hope for you is this, and I'm about to be quiet, and we're going to set you up to send you to some groups in some spaces. We're going to divide up here into some groups and let you guys talk some thoughts out and finish out our time this way. We've been going quite a while. Got through some things here, but we want to spend our time in some small group space. And so if you're online in the Zoom meeting, we're going to put you in a group. If you're on Instagram Live or on YouTube Live, we want you guys to talk with each other in the chat on those, and that is your group there. But let me finish this with this thought. It takes a lot of resolve and determination to not let others affect you. And so I'm praying today that you can get to that level of boldness and courage when you face things like e-learning, fear, anxieties. You're trying to figure out what's going on around you as you're living with your parents and your siblings 24/7. I'm praying that you can pass through those obstacles and not let these situations faze you or hinder you in your pursuit of God's will in your life too. So we want you to find that boldness and that courage that Jesus had. Use that as an example for how you can live. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to unmute you, and I'm going to send you guys to some groups. It looks like I'm going to try to make a group for high school students. We'll make a group for some junior high girls and a group for junior high boys, and we're going to drop a couple of our adults in some of those. So This might take me a minute, so I'm going to unmute you all, and you guys can chat with each other as I set this up.
Bearable.
You're sideways. You're sideways.
You actually go into you click on the stop video arrow behind you, and then you do video settings. Video settings, and then you press the rotate.
Keep talking.
Okay, if you are in on a phone with two people, if you are in separate groups, that might get weird, but we're going to try to figure that out as best we can here. But I might just throw you into another group that works. So it might not be exactly who you're with usually, but hopefully we can make that work for you guys. Okay.
Come on, let me be with Jaden. Jaden's mine. Here, you go outside. Hello? You're outside. Must be nice.
Are you still in Puerto Rico?
Nice until tomorrow.
Are you still
for
in
sure.
Puerto Rico?
Yes, I'm still in Puerto Rico, but I'm coming home tomorrow. Here's mustard.
Yeah.
Whoa. Seems so random. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I don't know who does know what's going on. That's an excellent point. Thank you. I know.
Sing your YMCA.
Why was I sing the YMCA? It's the YMCA is closed. We can't sing it. We can't go there. If he wants me to sing it, we'll never sing it.
Okay, I think I've got everybody set up in rooms. I'm going to open all rooms and send you guys there. Follow the invite in.
Why are you doing that?
Hey everybody, how's it going? You guys surviving life at home?
Boring. It's boring. What's boring about it?
It's awesome.
But this is what to be out of school, right?
No.
No. It's harder. This is like the dream. Like no school. School's out.
You have to do a lot of work though.
Yeah,
It's not much. It's not much.
This is when she did this.
it's a bunch.
Yeah, it's just Mr. Fisher. So faded. Honors.
Swag.
So is it just not fun because you got a lot of homework, or is it just not a lot of fun because there's nothing to do, not kicking it out with your friends?
Just homework.
Yes.
I'm bored.
You're bored?
I'm bored.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're not playing PlayStation and
No, I'm not.
no?
Not.
No,
This isn't the big dream that everybody says it's gonna be. Oh,
No.
not
You get an extra week of spring break though.
Wait, when's spring break? 2 weeks.
Yeah, after this week of spring break, and then we get 6 weeks break.
So do you think with all this going on, you look at school differently now?
Probably.
Probably. How do you think you look at it differently?
Curtis, what are you doing?
Well, it's just like my life group. We're shiny squirrels everywhere.
How do you guys think to look at it differently than you have before?
Yeah, it's true. Something to do.
Joel, honestly, I don't know.
What are some of the things you miss?
Seeing friends.
Yeah.
Is it easier or is this better?
No, not really.
Not really. Why?
Because I'm not actually there.
You're not actually there. So physical contact is important.
Especially like with games that are close with friends. We just do like sports. All sports are canceled.
Yeah, we missed our we don't have a concert this summer. This is shut up.
Yeah.
Just to win.
You know, like,
Swim is a sport, whether you like it or not.
yeah, I know.
I don't know. Guess what, David? Tess is not.
The
What?
I don't have track.
So let me ask you guys this question. You guys were saying that school, all the homework. What would it be like if we were like, hey, you don't have to do any more homework. Everybody gets home. You can graduate here. Would that make it that much better?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Why?
Because the e-learning is awful.
E-learning's awful. Why is it awful?
Because I had 2 F's in class because of it.
You have 2 F's in the class because of it?
Yeah, I'm failing 2 classes. It's awful.
My grade in language is just going down.
Yeah, my grade in like visual system is awful.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. What if I was to say you guys in this group get an A because you're honest, but everybody else is going to flunk? Would that be good?
Yes.
Why would that be good?
Because
Yep.
Yep, what?
it would be good because I just need an A.
You need an A? What do you normally get in school, Curtis?
A's.
A's? So
Not
this is
e-learning.
not e-learning?
Yeah, it's
Are you
like
supposed to get
regular schools.
E's or e-learning, right? You're supposed to get E.
No, e-learning doesn't like. It's like awesome.
So I take you guys are not homeschoolers.
No.
No.
Anymore.
So let me ask this question: for all the kids that are homeschooled, do you think a little bit differently about how they get taught?
Yeah, but kind of.
What are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts about homeschooling now?
They have their parents to teach them. I mean, we have like our regular classes, but on like a computer.
Okay.
Similar, depending on how you do it. Some homeschoolers do it like online classes, but some of them their parents teach them.
Parents teach them.
You guys are
Do you think it's harder?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's kind of.
Hey, Grayson,
Yes.
you've done both, right? You've done homeschool and public school, right?
Yeah, I used to be homeschooled
Okay, so is this similar to homeschooling?
in certain aspects. Yes. Big words.
Hey, Jason,
Yeah.
you like e-learning?
We are surviving.
It sucks.
We got to play Legos the other day, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Me and my brother just run around.
So much.
Honestly, this is just like the worst.
Okay. So
Being like stuck inside for 2 months.
what if you guys do something? This group. What if this group, you guys could do something that nobody else got to do? What would that be like?
Oh, that would be amazing. Unless it was school.
Unless it was school. Okay, but I thought school was good because you got to go see all your friends.
I mean, like, e-learning too.
So, like, what if we got to say you got to go back to school and see all your friends with their video classes? Just for you guys. Everybody else had to have e-learning.
Yes, I would love that.
Why?
Because
As long as we don't have to wait.
just being at school. It's just being at school. To be honest.
Is that fair to everybody else?
No.
As long as we don't have to wake up.
Why not,
So?
Alec, you said no. Why did you say no?
Well, because I would want to be friends. I would want like everyone to. No one else to have to suffer through e-learning. Because I know how terrible it is.
What are some of the other things like people suffer through?
What do you want me to say, Joel?
Yeah. Preach. Preach.
What are some of the other things you guys are seeing people suffer through right now? And then you're
COVID-19.
Hunger.
hunger.
Yes.
No toilet paper.
No toilet paper.
That's toilet paper.
It's
Is
true.
there anybody out here that doesn't have toilet paper?
I have to.
Do not flush paper towels down our toilet.
Thanks.